a summit set. Have they uploaded those yet? Let's find out. There's Armada Mew2king. I kind of want to watch that. I didn't watch the losers bracket one. So this is a maybe. No. Maybe. Maybe. 1 second.
وهي شغله كتير مهمه شهادتك كوبي منها
شو هو؟
هي جورجيا تك
اوكي I'll keep it.
هي كتير حلوه وما بتلقى
Okay. Proof of graduation يعني?
copy of your certificate.
يعني I graduated.
Yeah.
Okay.
لانه مامي لما ضيعت شو اسمه راحت من نزالت علي كتير
I'll keep it. Alright, sorry guys. Had to talk to my dad about something. Okay, can you guys hear me well? Yes or no? Sorry about that. Should be good to go now. I got some stuff in the mail. Okay, cool. Mango should main Falco. Yes. Is M2K getting better at the matchup? He's getting better at the way he plays it. I don't think the way he plays it is correct. It never has been. It never will be, but it's very effective versus people worse than him. So it's pretty reliable versus non-Hungry Box players. Pretty interested in this though, like I said. Yeah, let's watch this one and then we'll see. Might watch S2J plop because I really hate the whole Falcon gets destroyed by Sheik thing. It's pretty not true. But you know. Okay. I'm gonna refresh this and see how this goes. Keep this on viewer list. Pause this so it doesn't play. How should the Jig Fox matchup be played? I mean, there are many ways to play it, don't get me wrong. The way Armada plays it is good. The way Mango plays it is good. The way Leffen plays it is good. There's definitely a lot of options. Oh, what's up, Barakuna? Okay, anyway, let's do this. Let's see if it'll play in this quality while I'm streaming.
Hype. So
I'm gonna mute this. And let's do it. We got the Mew2king going. Well, as usual, I'll have to say that yeah, the Plot Mango set was sad. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Summit stuff. They're going to Great Bay, I guess. Good counter pick. Okay, FD. Sheik Peach. Why the losers won? Because I have seen the winners won. And I'm pretty interested in how Sheik Peach went. I've seen the Marth Peach already. Armada played kind of bad. Mew2king played kind of well. Plus, I'm not particularly interested in Marth Peach. Sheik Peach is fun though. So as far as FD goes, I actually love FD as Sheik, but I can see why a Peach would like it. As Sheik, I always just like Fountain, and then every other stage is pretty fine. So I guess it's pretty preference. FD is just my home stage though, regardless of character or matchup or anything. So let's watch the beginning of this. So pretty standard start. Charge, needles. So already, I guess I'll say one big thing that happens here is there's this whole thing where an opponent has to shield versus Sheik, as you all know. Like, well, they don't have to, and it's worth. Oh wow, already 33 viewers. Thanks, guys. It's worth noting that you don't have to shield versus Sheik. and faster characters, especially like Fox, let's say, if he gets hit by a single needle, or like a Luigi who can wave dash, like you can pressure Sheik afterwards. She's not at much advantage because needles don't have set hit stun and knockback. They actually increase in hit stun and knockback. Oh, bye Chi. Hit me up later. Needles actually increase in hit stun and knockback based on percent. So especially at low percent. So Sheik is actually taking a disadvantage in neutral by landing a needle, but the reward is that someone's getting closer to being outside of crouch cancel percent. Oh, no problem, Harriet. This is you, right, Harriet? But anyway, so standard Sheik stuff is actually getting hit by the needles is okay. What's up, Destiny fan? But Sheik can do the needle cancel and bait you into shielding or jumping, which is something I personally like doing. We could probably watch this, and then maybe I could watch one of my Sheik games from a long time ago to compare. But anyway, I like this. Whoops, I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, so Mew2king actually gets hit by the Turnip, unfortunately. Armada runs away, and I like that Mew2king runs forward, actually. So I don't like the double jump, but what you can see here is that... So he runs forward to chase him down. Where should I pause this? I'm trying to find a good spot to pause to be able to talk about the situation. So right here, Mew2king runs forward, and so Armada was previously about here, so Mew2king had time to run forward and then run back if he saw it was a bad situation, or jump or shield or whatever. So it's a pretty safe spot to run forward, actually. And then once he gets to here, full jumping is very safe because, I mean, Peach could dash attack or dash towards you, so you full jump over it. What I don't like is the double jump, because if he full jumps, he had the perfect angle to throw the needles he had charged up, or at least threaten them. But by double jumping, he actually goes a little too high, and then Peach could have ran either under, or there are a lot of possibilities. So like right here, the needles hit here, and Peach was previously right here. So that's actually a pretty big commitment. If Armada just ran forward there, that would have been terrible. And instead, Armada runs back, which is what Mew2king needed, but then he just got to throw the Turnip into the needles anyway. So pretty bad by Mew2king, actually. That cost him a lot, because now Peach gets pressure. Nothing really happened from it, but... Oh, what's up? So that's my interpretation of that. So I'll go ahead and say, so you see Mew2king bearing here, and Sheik's bear's disadvantages are that it takes a long time to set up because Sheik's short hop takes so long to get to its max height, and that Sheik's bear is somewhat mediocre versus grounded opponents because it's easy to dash into the weak hit or to crouch so that the strong hit doesn't hit as easily, etc. Sheik's bear is mainly good as an anti-air versus Peach. It can be good versus her on the ground if she doesn't have room to move, though, which is a big thing. But as long as she has room to move around, it's not a very effective zoning tool, in my opinion. But it's good versus airborne Peach, and okay versus grounded Peach. So what Mew2king does here is, so you see he does the thing I was talking about, where he charges needles and then cancels them. And Armada shields, but Mew2king actually charges them too long to get an advantage out of it. So when he dashes forward to fair Peach out of the air, so that's the classic. You charge the needles, she shields or jumps, and then during the needle cancel, you run up and hit them. And you can either read the jump or read the shield or pressure them. But Mew2king charges them too long. So watch this. We'll put it in slow-mo. He does one more fair, dashes back, dash forward, and I believe wave dash back now. So see, again, smash memory is pretty important. So he does the wave dash back, charges needles. So right here, roughly, is when I would needle cancel as Sheik. Because right now you've already given them the visual cue. So see, Armada shields. At this point, I would have already been canceling as Armada shields, and I would have ran forward. Mew2king actually charges until now, which already gave Peach the opportunity to jump. Wait, I do have FFZ, don't I? Oh wait, I don't have it, but I... Oops. Yeah, I think I have it. When I got it set up, I set it up on my laptop, but I'm streaming from my desktop. So I forgot to... I'm actually gonna do that now. Oops. Good call, Destiny fan. Okay. Cool. That's a silly mistake. So anyway, so see this needle cancel here. Let me go back very slightly. So right here, why did Fendi call me a little bitch? Probably because he saw my HTC article and has heard me talk on stream and grossly misread it because he has questionable reading comprehension and then called me a bitch. Wait, so how does this work, Destiny fan? Because I totally have this now. So why is it not... How does this work? Someone break it down for me. I think Mango can win. He just has to play a little better. Is Sheik easy at low levels? At very low levels, yes. Oh, I just need to reload it? Sure. Yeah, I figured that was it, but I needed to make sure. Wizzy, I can link you the video, but I have to go through my messages to find the video, so I don't want to do that on stream. I have to find the person who linked it to me. Oh, what is this? Interesting. There's like this little thing. Oh, cool. Haven't seen that before. Okay. So, Wizzy, I will do that later, promise. But yeah, I have an article on my experience at HTC where I talk about top player privilege and I talk about some other stuff, and a lot of people didn't like it. But a lot of people did like it. The TLDR on it is honestly that I find that generally speaking, well, one, top player privilege is very real, but I mean, whatever. And then the other thing was just like, there's a concept of a good crowd and a bad crowd. And I thought the HTC crowd was bad, but people were offended by that, I guess. But I mean, like, just as I'm expected to have certain things as a competitor, I think it's reasonable to expect certain things from the crowd. That doesn't matter though. Anyway, so back to this needle cancel. Like I said, right here is about where you've given Peach the visual cue. You needle cancel right now. She shields as you're getting out of lag. It's on my blog. I don't really want to talk about it too much though. So you needle cancel, she'd be shielding and Sheik would be actionable and you could dash forward and get an advantage. Mew2king waits until Peach has already jumped, which gives Armada the chance to nair on reaction to this situation. At this point, Mew2king should have changed his mind and not fared, because you can't challenge Peach in the air once you've started that late. I don't mind the crowd making noise. But anyway, so he gets naired out of it, and that's a pretty huge deal. Let's go back to normal speed. So anyway, this is good by Armada. So after he hits the snare, Armada's just like, oh, you were joking? Okay, I wasn't sure. It's hard to read sarcasm over the internet. So anyway, he dashes back and then jumps at a range where, so at this range, imagine Sheik was previously here, right? That's a very hard range for Sheik to challenge without trading with Peach. So he goes to this range and then reacts to Mew2king jumping, then throws out the hitbox. So, oh my god. Sick by Armada. Back air? Yep. Gets up, actually rolls, which he shouldn't have. Yeah, that is what Kappa is for. No problem, Love Deli. It's not like I'm bothered by it. Anyway, great combo. Mew2king should not have DI'd off stage on that up air though, because this happens. I don't know why Armada rolled instead of pressing forward. Oh, we got the Feel Sammy, man. Yeah, what's up, Smash Jam? So anyway, he rolls. He should have pressed forward. Pressing forward is a little scary at the range where Sheik can double poof, but he wasn't in the spacing for that, so. Aha! So check this out. This is where I was talking about. So see, here's a spot where Sheik's bear is incredible. Like, it's gonna just hit Peach in the head. So Armada lands from it though, and goes for down tilt. Interesting. So I guess the idea here was, oh sorry. So Armada actually down tilted late. I think if Armada had input the down tilt as soon as he had gotten hit by that, so right here, he could have already been inputting down tilt. See, he's actionable. And then when Mew2king dashed forward, he would have gotten hit. So Armada actually had the read. So this is sort of a mix-up situation if you want it to be as Peach. Peach could be safe by just jumping and floating after landing from that bear, or he could have jumped, dashed back or something. Or he can engage in a mix-up where he challenges Sheik directly by running up and dash attacking, grabbing, or float cancel nairing. Or he can read the Sheik coming in with a down tilt or a nair in place or something. So he goes for that. He gets the read on Mew2king, but he was actually slow on doing it. So Mew2king gets the dash attack, which is a big deal. It is worth noting that Armada could have teched in place, though, and possibly punished it. Am I going to any big tournaments? I will be going to get on my level in 3 weeks, and I will probably be going to Combo Breaker after that, but I'm not positive. I really should get like a bot for that, shouldn't I? Isn't there a way for... Oh, interest, sorry. I want to see this. I haven't seen this before. So I have 1,600 followers, and then this is like showing, I guess, the followers haven't changed over time, but this is my viewer count increasing over time. Interesting. Yeah, I will definitely be at CEO. But yeah, can't I get a bot for that? I don't know. Does anyone know Twitch stuff, like a lot about all the Twitch stuff? It'd be great if I could have someone help me set everything up, like in one go, get the donations and subs. And someone offered me to do layouts several times, so I should get on that. But anyway, that's sort of that situation. If anyone wants me to talk about it again, I think it's pretty important, understanding the mix-up that happens here. So this happens. Mew2king dashes forwards and shields because he doesn't want to react to the situation. Like, he's scared of get up attack, and then you can wave dash at some point to make a read. You really should just wait and react, or either crouch on top of her. I'm waiting for that to be optimized. I'm hoping that maybe within the next 2 years people start doing that more. Yeah, Gamo's going to be enormous. There's, I think, 10 people from the top 20 confirmed. And then there's a ton of top 30 and top 40 players. Yes, I'm using OBS, and I know it's about Twitch alerts and there's some sort of plugin, but I gotta get it figured out. So anyway, back to the situation. Armada gets out. So this is interesting. Compare Armada to a lot of other Peach players. So after this, you can already see Peach has recovered from her roll, as Sheik is still recovering from dash attack. So a lot of Peach players would choose to engage aggressively there, and that's not a bad decision, especially since you've recovered first. It might have been the right thing to do. But just note that Armada still he throws out a jab and then dashes back. And I guess it sort of says that Armada, on average, is willing to be conservative in situations where he has the advantage. And that's part of what makes him such a consistent player, because he can rely on outplaying them. So he floats as Mew2king whiffs the F-tilt, right? Perfect. This situation is also pretty... Yeah. So you just download that. Is it as simple as just downloading it, though? Anyway, I mean, I'll get it figured out later. Oh god, I missed the pause. Wait for it. Right here, right here. So Mew2king actually forward tilts here at this range to stop Armada from dashing into him. So Armada chooses this range to jump back, and he can't punish Mew2king for the forward tilt. But Mew2king actually dashes forward because when he probably could have just given up space after the forward tilt. But again, this is the difference. Mew2king didn't want to be conservative there. He probably feels pressure to hit Peach, and Armada just throws the fair out, gets the turnip. I wonder if he didn't pull the turnip, I almost feel like if he dashed as fast as possible after hitting that fair, that he could have at least pressured the edge option. So this is something I think Armada needs to work on. It's unlikely. Well, it's not that it's unlikely, but it would be very risky to stop Mew2king from grabbing the edge here. But I do think it would be more pressure than simply grabbing the turnip. And Armada will always, always, always pull the turnip, even in situations where he could be pressuring him. All right, cool. We should definitely talk about it then. I would appreciate that. I'm sure it's not hard at all. There's just a matter of me being extremely lazy. I should do it myself, but I'm almost always playing Smash. Oh, what's up, Robin Hood Melee? I appreciate that. It was cool meeting you at the tournament. It's really cool meeting my viewers. And yeah, thanks, Nick Fade. But yeah, it's cool meeting people at tournaments. Yeah, I played pretty well in Winners Finals. In Grand Finals, though, I played a different style. Okay. Anyway, so I think that's an Armada weakness. If he ever hears me say that, I really think he gives up opportunities to pressure by pulling turnips. Okay, so this is pretty good. So here's the situation where Peach usually throws turnips and then just pulls another one and then throws it, pulls another one. So Mew2king jumps up to grab it, which is great, but Armada actually dash jumped and threw the turnip so that he could nair Mew2king for doing that. Really good play by Armada. So I think, and this is, MacD's done this to me before too, so I think what Sheik has to do is when she chooses to jump up, by choosing to jump up and drifting forward, it was a little greedy. And as soon as he sees Peach jump when she throws the turnip, that's when he should change his mind about the drift forward. He should just jump straight up or something, or maybe delay the decision to do it, etc. Something like that. It's a little complicated, but I think that's the basic idea. But Armada makes a pretty good play by doing that. Calls him out for knowing he's going to jump up and possibly try to grab the turnip. Yeah, you definitely should say hi. Be cool to meet you. Watching Mango near the ledge. Yeah, it's a little weird because I'm sure that Mango could ledge dash consistently. I know he does it sometimes. I have very good ledge dash consistency when I'm not flustered in tournament. But every now and then I'm like, there's no reason to risk the ledge dash. Like, maybe they would respect it by now, but we're still at a point in the metagame where people respect ledge dash, like, very barely. Like, it's very risky for them to challenge ledge dash, but they do it anyway, like, half the time. So we're still at a point where ledge dashing every time is just always just something you should do. Oh, we got the FFC stuff working. What is this? Oh, it's really that simple? Awesome, dude. Thank you. It's that easy. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I could have figured it out, but I appreciate you guys helping me. Let me favorite that. Look at it later. So that was the first stock of this match. I feel like I said a lot of things. Usually I wait till I analyze the whole match, but let's watch that first stock again. Probably only going to do game 1 because if I recall correctly, yeah, Mew2king goes Fox, and I'm actually only interested in Sheik Peach right now. Yeah, with Falco they do. It's pretty incredible. It's always funny. Sometimes I'm playing, especially in doubles, and I'm like, yeah, they're going to respect my ledge dash, and I ledge hop double laser with Fox just for fun. Because I'm like, I'll get some free damage, and then they just come in and hit me, and I'm like, well, then I ledge dash like the next 7 times, and I hit them every time. And it's like, oh, well, I'm glad you completely disrespected my invincible option. What character am I playing? That's a good one. Let's see what Twitter's been saying. Anything interesting? Why not do both? What was this in context to? It's hard to do both. Oh yeah, I need a capture card. I've been really meaning to get one. Really should get one. Character, I mean. That's really funny. Okay, so let's watch this again. From the beginning, take it from the top. Here's the needle charging I was talking about. Remember, think about the needle canceling. It's safe to move forward there. Stuff like that. If you remember all that stuff I was talking about Sheik bear zoning versus jump and how Armada stays out of the range perfectly and how it's good versus air but not great versus ground. There's Mew2king being slow in the needle cancel, Armada challenging him perfectly in the air, jumping at a very hard to challenge range for Sheik. Rolls instead of getting up normally. This is the mix-up situation I talked about. Talk about Armada being conservative there. How Mew2king wasn't conservative after the whiffed F-tilt. Then Armada calling him out on the turnip. And there's the stock. So that literally fully described, like, not fully, but like very close to fully described, like all the things you should be thinking about, at least at a very basic level. There's a lot more. All the movement they did was obviously very important and had various purposes, but that's the breakdown of, like, I guess the highlights of the stock. So hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have questions about it, go for it. Sorry, drinking water. Okay, let's continue. I'll probably analyze this other stocks a little less in depth because you probably have a pretty good idea of the type of stuff Peach and Sheik go for now. Dash attack, up air, nothing. Yeah, so this was bad by Armada, actually. So great bait, down tilts. He tries to reaction tech chase, which if Mew2king had tech rolled away, So Armada sets up the reaction tech chase with dash attack specifically by dashing forward, then back, then forward, so you can get a dash attack, strong dash attack. But because of the way he set up the movement, it didn't allow him to cover the tech away. What he would have done is reacted to the tech away with some sort of pressure with a nair or backing off with the stage control in case Mew2king overcommitted after the tech roll. So he gets this up air here, but Mew2king is going to be out of stun before Peach can do anything. So Armada goes for the risk of challenging Mew2king with nair afterwards, which would have been, I guess it's a mix-up to some extent, but I would be almost 100% sure that Mew2king is going to nair there. Every player doesn't want to get comboed there. So right here, as Armada, you could actually have floated right here after up air, and when Mew2king whiffed the nair, he would have gotten fared for it. And I'd bet money that would be a stock. So I think it was actually a much better bet for Armada to full jump up air into a max height float, because what would happen is if Mew2king nairs, then he gets hit by fair, and he can't crouch cancel or shield in time. So he might ASTI down. Oh, bye Nick Fade. Essentially, Mew2king would have ended up off stage. If he survival DI'd, it's likely Armada could have gotten a follow-up. If he held down, probably would have gone like right here. And then if Mew2king, let's say Mew2king doesn't nair after when Armada does up air and then floats. So right here, let's say Mew2king doesn't nair. He could only challenge that by maybe fast falling down and double jump fairing, which like isn't that high reward for Sheik, and it's pretty risky because if he did that option, he would have gotten hit by the falling nair from Armada and then probably gotten death comboed. So I guess I feel that it's a mix-up, but Armada, it's like a mix-up where the first time it happens, the Sheik is 99% likely to nair or just land. It is very unlikely they'll challenge you. And I feel like that's something Armada probably knows, but sort of autopiloted into going for the combo. Especially since the float is safer. He gave Mew2king a pretty big reversal there. So see Mew2king gets this. That wasn't completely legit by Mew2king, but so this down, I meant the fair. That wasn't a bad fair, it's just Armada could have shielded in time. I think what Mew2king probably should have done is either short hopped so that right here so he could have fared, or stopped early out of the range and then grabbed. That would have been ideal. Mew2king goes for the easiest thing, which is down tilt, and would have worked on 90% of Peaches, but Armada teching it was huge. But the point is, by Armada going for this risk, this reversal ends with a, let's see how much damage. So he's at 46 now. Look how much damage he ends up taking. 46, 66, 79. That was unfortunate, but Mew2king probably should have had that. Wow. Nice fucking wall jump fair, and then, Mew2king could have hit that. But he literally took over 60 damage from that one decision. Obviously, there were other mistakes Armada made, and they weren't directly correlated, but it still gave Mew2king even the opportunity. While if he did the float I was talking about, Mew2king very likely wouldn't have gotten much damage from getting calling Armada out on the mix-up. So I think that's pretty big, actually. Yeah, that's a thing I think Armada could easily fix. But pretty good conversions by Mew2king. Definitely not the best possible. He gets a little lucky. Armada tries to down smash there. Unfortunate for Armada. And I don't think Mew2king covers this correctly. So by grabbing the edge here, so this is good. And then what I think you should do is just probably short hop off stage and then fair her. Like, she's already so low, she has to early up B. Or you can stay on stage and short hop charge needles, and then as she comes down, throw the needles. Fox versus Ice Climbers? Maybe. I generally don't like talking about that matchup that much because a lot of it's just how much the guy knows the matchup, but I could see it being very useful for people. Probably useful for me, actually. So yeah, I'm not against it. Very likely not now, though. In the future, I'm okay with that. So anyway, Mew2king can bear here to cover all the options, or he can ledge hop reverse fair, although that's a little trickier since Peach could fast fall here, sort of fast fall like that, and then drift and grab the edge here. Bear would have 100% been guaranteed. The fair would have probably gotten a kill. So I'm surprised Mew2king made that mistake. Goes for a big read with that. Yeah, gets the kill. It works out. I'd like to see a bit cleaner play from Mew2king. Good ledge dash on. Armada definitely overcommits with that dash attack. I'm surprised. That's not very characteristic of him. I think he was hoping to catch the roll, but Sheik's roll is just a little too good. So down throw, turn around to up tilt, fair, goes for jab grab. Yep. Very good combo. If Armada had SDI'd that jab up, he probably would have had time to nair before getting grabbed, and that would have created a different mix-up. Also, it's Armada's job to SDI that up tilt upwards so that he doesn't get hit by the second hit. I like FD as Sheik personally. I can understand why it's good for Peach though. So yeah, if he SDI'd that up tilt up, the second hit whiffs, and Peach doesn't get hit nearly as hard, but instead he gets faired. Mew2king gets a nice delayed fair. So he moves like perfectly out of the up tilt, ISAs perfectly, and actually gets a slightly delayed fair. Very, very slightly, which lets him get the jab, grab, fair. Oh, he goes for nair for the damage, actually, because it does 2% more than a stale fair. Just 14 instead of 12. His fair is stale. Yeah, this matchup is actually very sick, but it's also kind of stupid. It's a weird matchup. I like it though. I would not counterpick FD as Peach, but I don't know. Her counterpicks are pretty bad in this matchup, honestly. All she has is FOD, and every other stage isn't good for her. Peach definitely struggles in matchups. So anyway, SDI up. Missed another chance to SDI up. Mew2king had a nice delayed fair. That was very good. So he could do a lot of things here, actually. So he could... This situation, so pummel, buffer down throw, ideally, with C-stick. So right here, he can actually just walk up an F-tilt, and if Armada survival Diaz, he gets 4-tilt fair or nair. He could also assume Peach will just fall and go for a dash attack or a grab. He can wait for Peach to nair or jump out of the dash attack grab so that she doesn't get hit, but then Mew2king could bait that. So you could either go for a pretty high reward mix-up with Sheik, or you can go for the guaranteed hit. He goes for the nair, which Armada Diaz away probably for a 4-tilt. So I actually wish Mew2king had fared. It's generally worth it over the nair because you get Armada maybe to around here, this trajectory. So even though it does less damage, you're more likely to get a good edge guard situation. Stadium's pretty good for Peach. I have mixed opinions on that because the stadium platforms hurt Sheik in the same way they hurt Peach. She can't float the same way. She also dies earlier off the top with down throw up air. There are good things about it, though. Best grounded anti-air options. Yeah, I actually like this matchup, and I think I got pretty good at it by the end of my Sheik career. I mean, best grounded anti-air options are like, it's up tilt, right? Has to be up tilt and up smash. I mean, those are your only choices. I can't activate Windows. I don't know why. This isn't a pirated copy, though. Good up air by Mew2king. Commits hard for the read. Armada air dodges out. This is actually unfortunate for Mew2king. So he actually rolls in and gets the weak nair. So he does get the crouch cancel on this. But he doesn't punish in time, which is unfortunate. Great fair. Oh, what? Spot dodge. This was perfect for him. He set up the range perfectly to get a bear. This is 100% either it's a trade if Mew2king instantly bears, or if he waits, he can bear with punish. Hey, what's up, dude? He spot dodges, I assume an accident, but I don't exactly know. Somehow this ends with him jabbing Armada. Armada doesn't crouch cancel, probably trying to dash away. Down throw up air. Yep, this is a kill. Oh, okay. Does not kill. That's unfortunate. It was very close though. Yeah, 120. If I had looked at the percent, I would have known it wasn't gonna kill, but it was pretty close. Again, uses down tilt to read Sheik dashing in. Sheik should be very wary of down tilt since it's Peach's best combo starter by far. When I played Armada and Peach Sheik friendlies, I only got down tilted like once, maybe a match. It's really important to avoid it. Mew2king doesn't seem to be putting very much effort into not getting down tilted. Oh, great by Armada. So Mew2king does this weird full hop nair because Armada is right here. I assume it was intentional. It could have been a short hop, and he just messed up. It's hard to say with these things, but let's assume Mew2king meant to short hop, or full hop. So he sees Armada here, and his idea is he can put the hitbox out here in case Armada moves forward. And if Armada doesn't, he can drift into him this way. But Armada doesn't float. He just falls back down. And this allows him, he goes down and floats under Mew2king, which is great because if Mew2king had stayed here, he can pressure him possibly. And then when he reacts with Nair perfectly, throws out a huge hitbox. Presses forward at the exact right time. Yeah, claiming things are the mega is definitely the mega. How close should Sheik be to Peach in the matchup? It depends a lot on the frame advantage in the situation. I mean, I guess I don't actively try to get near Peach beyond making sure she doesn't get too much free stage control. You should challenge her ability to control space. But I mean, you should generally be outside of dash attack range, I guess is the easy answer. But the exact situations depend, or change. Sorry, like the specifics of the situation change where you should be a lot. Anyway, let's continue this. So this is actually not that great a situation for Peach. I like it as Sheik. So he gets a pretty low fair actually, but if he just waited for the jab, he could have just shield grabbed Armada and then killed him. The best mix-up Peach is going to get is like going for fair grab, which is very low reward at 0. So if you can shield something from Peach near the edge at kill percent, when you're at low percent, like you're in a very good situation, honestly, as Sheik, especially with his back to the middle of the stage. So he should have just waited for the jab and then shield grabbed. He probably tried to shield grab the fair, which you could do and then crouch cancel or ASDI down, and then you would be able to punish the jab. But if she went for fair down smash and you held down, you would get completely destroyed. So you have to be careful. Armada actually misses the strong dash attack. See, he sets up down tilt, does the dash dance, but he didn't set it up right for the spacing. And then Mew2king reads Armada going backwards and does this coverage with Sheik that's pretty decent, where it covers everything except the tech away. You get a sweet spot there. Okay, gets all the needles, calls Armada jumping out of shield. Armada doesn't want to stay in shield in case of a needle cancel. It doesn't want to give Mew2king too much leverage. This is great by Armada. So watch this. So Mew2king could fully drift forward and go for the fair. So Armada floats and drifts back and then throws the fair out, but he doesn't try to land from it. He just stays up there. Mew2king tries to challenge him. Armada's already back out. He can come back in with a fair. So this is really good. I think Sheik Peach is slow enough that you can actually very concretely break down which ways you should be drifting, when you should be throwing out your moves, etc. Armada thinks that out very much. It's why he's so good at this matchup. See, so what he's doing here is this thing where he's floating and then throwing out the move early in case Sheik goes to challenge, and then he's very smart about whether to stay in float or just fall back. These are all punishable things by Sheik, but you'd have to call him out very hard. One thing I don't like I said, is Mew2king not needle canceling enough. So he's going for, see, this was very punishable by Mew2king. This is the risk of going for this bear. So, see, he goes for bear. MacD would have definitely crouch cancel down smash 100 times out of 100. And then so this was a good bear because Armada missed something, but then he tries to do it again. And see, it just whiffs Peach. Just whiffs her. And then Peach gets under. This is the problem with it. It's like Peach can get under you easily, or she can just crouch cancel it. There's a lot of reasons it's risky to do. Wow, that was incredible by Armada. He actually did jab and down smashed for the clank, but he was like, I don't know if it should be a true punish, although I'm not sure. He must have been like a frame slow, and Mew2king got a shield up and gets the punish. But that was actually really incredible by Armada in my opinion. So this is something you have to be careful against Peach with. So she air dodges. Sheik has enough time to jab before Peach can do anything, but Peach can just crouch cancel it. So what you could have done is gone for the grab, but whether or not you can grab is very ambiguous sometimes before her down smash gets out. So you could have jumped or dashed back, but also those are risky. It's definitely a mix-up situation to some extent, but jabbing is a mistake versus most Peaches when they spot dodge or air dodge or something. So in this situation right here, Mew2king could have drifted forward from here. Instead, he chooses to drift back, so this Nair West. And then Armada protects himself from the poof by throwing out a hitbox. So this is well played on both sides. And then Mew2king doesn't drift back far enough. That's a pretty basic mistake, honestly. Unfortunate. Armada shield DIs in to make sure he can get it. Oh no. So here, Armada just waits, down smashes him. And then see, he dash attack trades with Bear. It's easy for dash attack to trade with Bear. Who won the tourney? Which tourney? See, like, dash attack will trade with Bear. It wasn't a bad trade since Mew2king was at way higher percent, but like, I don't know, it kind of was a bad trade because he needs to make a comeback now. He can't really afford to take damage. So this was great. Again, Armada so usually if Sheik can't get there in time for a tech chase, so right here, he fairs him, he can't get there in time, right? So a lot of Peaches, but like maybe he might try to, he might go for a boost grab or a dash attack or a down tilt or something. Mango versus HBox did happen and Hungrybox won EGLX. So anyway, Mew2king could dash attack, boost grab, run up, down tilt, whatever. So a lot of Peaches will hold shield or spot dodge or jab or down tilt. So in response to that, it's really easy for Sheik to dash up. And then once you're right about this range, you could just short hop. I might even dash a little closer and have short hopped, which is probably what I would have done. So Mew2king does that, and Armada is very cognizant of it, though, the mix-up. And he dashes forward and just dash attacks Mew2king out of his jump. And then... So, yeah, it was a weak dash attack, though, which was not great for Armada, actually. It would have been great for Armada if he was at 0 or low percent, because if Sheik throws out an air here, you just crouch cancel it. But since Armada's at 100, it actually wasn't great. He could have gotten aired out of that. Reads Mew2king's roll. Well, sets up the position, then reacts. So Mew2king goes for this. So Mew2king actually recovered first. I think he should have down smashed immediately. What he does is he shields and then waits for a potential spot dodge or a roll from Armada or something else. And Armada just calls him out on it. He grabs first. I think Mew2king eventually tried to grab, but yeah, I think I saw the grab startup frames. And great play by Armada. Armada's so good. He keeps backing off perfectly, dodging Sheik's moves, and then Mew2king isn't absolutely forced to shield, but he wants to shield just in case Peach had moved forward. Right when he thought Peach could move forward, Armada moves back. So here's the reaction point right here. This is what Armada takes advantage of a lot. Watch this. So right here, after this forward tilt lift, this is a spot where Armada could have moved forward. Oh, sorry, right after this wave dash. So Armada can move forward, but instead he wave dashes away. Mew2king shields. This is Armada's chance to move forward. He sees he floats forward and then sees that Mew2king shielded. So he chose to float, then saw the Mew2king shield, and he was like, okay, I can throw out a move in case Mew2king moves towards me. If Mew2king just jumped or wave dashed back, Armada could have done the move and then just landed and been safe, probably. That was so good. All of this gameplay by Armada is absolutely stellar. Gets the perfect jump in turnip, changes with the needle. He could have challenged Mew2king there. He lands, dash forward, dash back. Mew2king does something. He would have baited it. He doesn't do something, throws out the bear. It's difficult to react to whether or not Sheik wave dashes forward. So that bear actually wasn't that useful, but since he already floated, he just used the bear to land. It's not really a risk. Jumps, does a back jump perfectly above the forward tilt range and then gets the bear out. This is all how Peach plays to keep Sheik cornered. And then gets the trade. Once Sheik is cornered, it's very hard not to trade with Peach. You have to be very careful. So yeah, wow, Armada's amazing. Mew2king actually didn't play too badly. He definitely could have cleaned up some stuff. How does shield DI work? As Marth, you would want to shield DI away from Peach. You would just hold away because even when I shield, should M2K be throwing more needles? Not particularly. Shield DI instead of angling the shield, those are unrelated concepts, and I think people misuse them a lot. I believe Ty has a video on shield DI. Let me find it. Smash. This is also one. I haven't seen Sauce's metagame. The metagame videos are usually good. You guys should watch them. Here you go. Shield angling is just to move your shield to protect yourself. It's just that if you're still holding the direction, when someone hits your shield, you will get shield DI, which is why the two concepts are confused with each other. As Marth, you should shield DI away from Peach because you will get, even though it feels like you won't protect yourself intuitively, what will happen is you should shield normally, not shield DI. You shouldn't angle your shield away because then you'll get hit like a shield poke. But what you can do is shield DI away once the down smash is about to hit or when it does hit, and then you will move further away from Peach and the down smash will whiff.